guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Earlier on, I had introduced my show. So this is my first episode of Mariam's talk show, where I'm going to be inviting different kinds of people and we talk about different kinds of things, different kind of topics. So before I continue, I'd love to first introduce myself. I'm called Nesozi Mariam. For those who are new to my channel, thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking, thank you for commenting, thank you for being part of my family. Thank you for the love. And those who have not yet subscribed, do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to check out my old content. More is to come. So I have a very handsome and intelligent man today, and we're going to talk about a very beautiful topic, and that is mental health. So many people have been ignoring mental health as a topic or as a thing in our daily lives. When you look at things happening, people people forget how to speak to people, how to act with some people, how to be with people, forgetting that different kinds of people have they have different mental illnesses or mental disorders. Though, let me say, according to a research I made, 18% of most adults, the 18% of most out of 100, 18% undergo through mental disorders. We have, for example, we have anxiety, we have food disorders, we have mood disorders, such issues, and people keep ignoring them. People hurt others differently, people talk to others differently, people just don't know how to act or to be with around people in some other way. So I'd invited Mr. Muhindo, one of an Interact president, Uganda Matters University. If at all you don't know him, he's a very good man. So I'd love him to introduce himself, and then we share more about mental health. So Mr. Muhindo, introduce yourself to the people.
Thank you very much. And before I start, I'll have to greet the viewers. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Samuel Muhindo, and I will do some correction. I'm not the president of Interact, but I'm rather the president of the Rotaract Club of Uganda Matters University. I'm profoundly honored and humbled to be here today to discuss mental health, an area that I'm very passionate about as a boy child, I emphasize, and as a youth that is living in the times that all of us share today.
So thank you, Mr. Muhindo. So Mr. Muhindo, according to you, what is mental health?
To me, mental health is a state of usefulness or uselessness in which the mind is. Mental health in itself is not something negative, but rather a state of the mind. How good is your mind and how bad is the mind? Because the mind may be good or the mind may be bad. So, but all these things vary. Now, it is until someone tells you later, I am worried with the state of my health of the mind, or I'm worried of the state of my mental health. Then you can ask what occasions the worry. But you'll find someone who is fine with the state of happenings on within their mind. And that is also their mental health. So I do not really know, I cannot give quite informative understanding of what mental health is. I think that is it, to be precise.
Okay, according to me, mental health is according to someone's mental being. The way a person thinks, the way a person acts, because it all starts from the mind. If at all you have a problem with your mind, that is a mental issue. You get it? But where do all those things come in? You get it? So many people in our society have different kinds of mental issues. You get it? People face a lot. But our daily lives live according to the mind.
Oh, sure.
You get it? You set it from the mind, and then it comes to happen. You get it? So later on, I think it was in last month when I came up with this idea of at least trying to want people to know more about mental health, because people people don't people don't know that they have mental issues, and people keep on neglecting their friends or their family, thinking that everything is alright, but people go through a lot.
True, people go through a lot, and it is something that cannot be taken for granted. But I then emphasize that the trials that we go through as individuals are sparked by something. Maybe loss of a partner, this may be a parent, a friend, or someone you've been close to that is dead. Then, of course, there are heartbreaks as the boy child. There is a delusion that has been created by
Even
society.
heartbreaks.
Oh, yes, like heartbreaks. There's a delusion that has been created that I can call it a myth that the man should not cry upon loss.
Oh,
When you've lost someone, if a lady has disappointed your feelings or your emotions, you should take it on and handle it the way man should. Because society creates a myth, an atmosphere that does not allow a man to emotionally let out. A man is the Goliath, I should say, of the family. So what happens if Goliath is now weeping? So you have to put on your armor, be strong, but yet eventually I'm dying inside. I'm hurting. I even needed someone that I can let out to and tell them what I'm going through as an individual, but I cannot manage because the society does not allow us to let out. These men are struggling. I had a conversation with a friend of recently, and I told him I think we should begin encouraging men to cry when they reach
I reached that time.
that time of letting out and they cannot bear. And he boldly told me, it seems like you want to start a men criers association.
Men Cry Out
A
Association.
men criers association. Uh, well, we're meant to be strong, but we have to understand that even machines break down. What about a human being? So we should be allowed to cry because I believe I may be branded as weak, though I also don't cry. But I believe when someone cries, there is some bit of relief. You heal. You heal.
Let it out.
Yeah, because not necessarily letting out, because some of us don't like letting out, especially because we have our own insecurities. I might present a strong character, but when I let out, I'm afraid that I'll be regarded as someone that is weak. And this is not something I would like to be regarded as, for crying out loud. I wish everyone thought I was strong. So that is it. Letting out itself is not an end to someone's pain. But I always believe that a problem half shared is half solved. That's my own understanding. That men should be allowed to cry. Yes, gentlemen out there, I understand you're still acting up and trying to create an image of strength. But feel free to cry at some point. Who knows? You may find relief in crying. Though I also don't cry as an individual, but there is healing in crying, I believe.
But me, I find feeling crying as a thing for women, because man, finding a man crying, okay, maybe you can cry to your closest, but I'm just thinking of it, finding him to cry.
Sure.
But
Now, that's what I was saying again.
society,
Society has created an atmosphere that does not allow men to be emotionally weak. Eventually, we are having quite very many men, young men, and even our older men, succumbing to depression,
anxiety,
other anxiety,
stress.
stress. You're finding a gentleman that is just 28, young, just a fruit that is still trying to ripen, and they're breaking down. They have mental breakdowns because we have not accepted that in the 21st century and in these times that are tough, for crying out loud, we're under COVID and it has shaken whatever that is living and dead. We should accept that mental health is key and men should be allowed to emotionally express themselves like the women do. I say it when I'm smiling because it doesn't augur well with most men.
But I don't know, but women are very weak because the biggest percentage of people that carry out suicide are women.
Yeah, I don't think it's a sign of weakness as such as you're trying to present it.
It when they get problems, it
Mm.
becomes too much.
I do not think it's a sign of weakness. I feel we have created again a society that does not want to listen to the women. We tend to look at the problems faced by women as problems faced by women. What do you do for a business lady who has been shaken by COVID and her business is now struggling, and she goes let's say to the Kafna guys who offer credit, and they tell her, for you a woman, you're meant to be at home cooking. Then she goes back home, the husband is a drunkard, for crying out loud.
And there is no
She
food.
tries to report to the family members of the husband's side, and that all they can do is they're branding her as weak. Which kind of, I'm just giving, I'm analogizing, giving a situation. What else can she do? I'm not saying suicide is right, but at some point, people have been pressed so much by the constructs of society that they have no other alternative to do than whatever they've done. That's why you'll find someone descending into drug abuse, someone getting depressed, reaching under the cross river Rubicon to a point of no return. And it is a process that occasions this thing. The situation is developed by day. And I think looking at this entire situation, no, everyone is weak because we all have our weak points. If you disappointed me and I had quite too much trust in you, for crying out loud, if I do not have the right people beside me at the time, I might also break down or commit suicide because I'm human. And humans are here and there because we are mortals, we make mistakes. But I think we have to be always ask someone. I think it doesn't hurt if you came to me and like, hey, but for you're always smiling every time. Are you sure you're doing well? Maybe I'm smiling to create an impression that all is well.
But yet inside
Yet inside, what can I say? I'm a wrecked pig.
you're burning.
I am wrecked, I'm broken, I have nothing. You're just seeing a shell of an egg, but inside there is no yolk, there is nothing, there's no albumin, there is nothing there. It's just a shell. So you're having someone just moving, and that's the best that we can do.
So guys who are watching, this video has been sponsored by MINSHAWI Tours and Travel, the easy way to travel. So if at all you want to go to Dubai, the location is in Dubai, and some of the offices are here in Uganda. So if at all you want to go to Dubai, visa, ticket, employment, do not forget to contact us. I'm going to put the contacts in the description button, so you just press the button, you'll find our contacts there, our email. So if at all you want to do shipping, you want to travel to Dubai, because it's Dubai and Uganda, so I'm dealing with Dubai and Uganda. So if at all you want to travel, you want to do shipping, you want to find a job in Dubai, you want to start up a new life in Dubai, you can hit up MINSHAWI Tours and Travel, so we can give you the visas, we can give you the tickets within the shortest period of time. So Mr. Muhindo, you've talked about breaking and all that. So for you, as an easy way, how how would you advise the young men? How would you advise them to release? Yeah? How can you tell them to do it? Like, because most people break down. They break down, they feel it, but most men don't know how to express it. You get it? They keep it inside more and more and more. But what can you tell them to make them relieve all that?
Uh,
Feel free. You get it? To be not broken again, to hold and come together.
Well, what I can say is saying that you're going to avoid disappointment is a lie, because even the most beautiful person is disappointed at the end of the day. Even the most honest person is let down. But I think you should find a shoe that fits you. Find friends that understand you. Find friends who will not let out your pains when you disagree. I can give an example. I Even though I disagreed with my friend, whatever we shared before we got to disagreement shall keep in the closet. It's a law. It's unwritten, but that is my law. Because I do not yield satisfaction from exposing your terrible skeletons in the public. Uh, just to add on, our parents should establish a norm where they encourage the boy child to let out whatever they're going through. It doesn't make you a better man if you cannot. Okay, it does not make you a better man. I should say you're not a better man because you can handle your problems, or because you feel you can handle your problems. What happens if you handle, yet you're just postponing pain? That at one time when they have piled, you just see someone dropping dead or dropping into psychiatric offices. That's what I think. Let our parents establish a system that encourages both the girl child and the boy child to grow as whole beings. Let our parents remind the children that their mental health matters. Because we always say that a child learns from the mother, or a child learns from the parents. If you consecutively saw what your parents do at home, you shall surely end up doing majority of the things that you do, or how you carry them out, like you have done them.
So for those who are watching, hope you've heard it all. Mental health is key. You have to mind your mental health. Some people ignore. Some people actually don't know that they are also mentally disturbed. They just keep on living life like he has said. You keep on postponing the pain. You keep on postponing the pain, and if it reaches to the maximum, you just tear out. Just tear out. So if at all you find that you have a mental issue, try to find the people, the right people to talk to reach out, share your problems with them. Not that you're supposed to share your problems with everyone or to the whole world, but look for those specific people that really understand you. And for the it all, let us spread love. Let us spread love. Let us be keen on the words we tell our friends. People are going through a lot because it all starts from the mind that we are living. It all starts from the mind that you can see me smile. It all starts from the mind that you can see me talk to him. So let us spread love to one another. Let us mind the words that we say. So we are sponsored by MINSHAWI Tours and Travel. So if at all you want to travel to Dubai, if at all you want to do shipping from Dubai, if at all you want to buy goods from Dubai, if at all you just want to go and have fun in Dubai, do not forget to contact us. I'm going to put all the details of this company down in the description button. I'm going to put the details of what we have been talking about, more of what we have been talking about in the description. How to be keen with mental health, how to handle mental health if you're mentally disturbed, how can you identify how can you identify that you're mentally disturbed. So members, let us thank Mr. Muhindo for being part of this show. Thank you so much for coming, Mr. Muhindo. It has been really so grateful, knowledgeable, and educative. I've really learned a lot. I've really learned a lot. Thank you so much. So H1 company has a small coupon for you, so I told you don't mind receiving it.
Thank you for having me. I think I'll also be looking nice in these new sweaters. No, it has been a very cold situation.
Exactly.
And as people say, Yeah, what will I be on this? And I've gotten a new sweater that I can add on to my jackets, and I'm really grateful. Thank you for having me. And to my friends, the state of your mind is the state of your progress, future, and friendship and everything. A
Exactly.
good mind shall just be a launch pad to success. Protect the state of your mind. Thank you very much.
So, members, those who are new to my YouTube channel, this is what we have for you today, and the show is going to keep going on. So, this is my first guest
Oh,
for this show.
I'm humble.
Yeah, you're my first guest for this show. So, if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe. Turn on your notification button so that you can be notified when I post a new video. And those who have who want to be hosted on this show and you really have a message you want to portray to people, you really have something that you want to some message that you want people to hear out, do not forget to contact me. I'm going to put my contacts below in the description button, and